The name of my company is One of a Kind. My name is Rudi Jegart. Presently, I'm based in Baltimore, Maryland. I'm having to make some adjustments to my work. Historically, I had done one-of-a-kind clothing. My clothes were very detailed. I incorporated a lot of vintage and antique textiles and trims and buttons, that kind of thing. Because I have multiple sclerosis, I did a lot of handwork, which at present I'm unable to do. I made one-of-a-kind clothing utilizing antique and vintage textiles, buttons, trims, that kind of thing. They were for ladies for special occasions. I've been endlessly fascinated with fabric and textiles and trims, and that's kept my interest all these years. I worked in the interior design industry for a long time. I was a manufacturer's rep. What really sparkles to me is the fabric. And my clothes were in the Art and Fiber Gallery at the Watergate, and I had a one-man show there in 1984. I'm the owner and the designer and the primary seamstress. I subbed out some of my work, but not very much. Quality control issues, that kind of thing. I was never interested in doing ready-to-wear because each piece that I made, the fabric and the trim, it all had to sort of speak to each other, and you can't really, you cannot usually find things that are vintage or antique on a grand scale. So I never was interested in producing like Calvin Klein and Ralph Lauren, for example. One of my inspirations is Paul Poiret, and from France in the early part of the 1900s, and then James Galanos in America. And I actually was able to meet Mr. Galanos in 1984, I guess. He's known mostly as a designer to Nancy Reagan, but if he had moved to France instead of staying in America, he probably would have been another Yves Saint Laurent. The quality in his clothing is just astounding, and he's a master of the simplicity, which is so much more difficult to do than to the decorative things that I always did. I embellish embellishments. Going to school is a wonderful thing. I would adore to be able to go back to school. Here in Baltimore, we have MICA and Maryland Institute College of Art, and I would love to go back to school. I just think knowledge is power, and you just can't know enough. Art history is a wonderful subject because you'll see the history of the world in all of those paintings, and you'll also get a sense of what people were wearing at that time. For anyone starting out, you need to figure out what your market or end result would be. For example, my clothes were often in galleries or in high-end boutiques. Maybe you're interested in mass marketing, and I would just say to immerse yourself and get any experience that you could.